called myself the Bernie Sanders of Kilimanjaro. And I did things like I rewrote a song from Hamilton and sang it on a mountaintop, and my husband videoed it and like put it on Twitter and tried to get people like to donate that way. I was creative. Well, my name is Heather Behanna. I'm a scientist by training. I'm a PhD chemist, but I've been out of the lab for quite some time now, and I invest in early stage biotech companies. So I actually came across FitTRAC a while ago. I think it was late 2018 when I was working down in the South Bay. And so I had guns classes and loved them and was signing up and committing full time. And then I had some disruption in my life and ended up not going to the South Bay anymore. So basically during the pandemic, about a year ago, it made sense for me to rejoin the FitTRAC family because I could do it from wherever I was. So it's been really fun. And now I might have occasion to be back in the South Bay when things open up again. So I'm looking forward maybe in the future to seeing people in person as well. I think it's something that happened a little after the shakeup in my life that I sort of alluded to with FitTRAC. And so it was early, well, the commitment was early 2019, but I committed with around 27 people in the biotech industry to fundraise for climbing Mount Kilimanjaro and then climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. It was organized by someone called Luke Timmerman, who's a science writer, to raise money for the Fred Hutch, which is a cancer center out in Seattle. Luke came to talk to my old firm and talked about he climbed Everest and was like, I'm doing Kilimanjaro, it's not technical, anyone can do it technically. And I don't know, it's just sounded really cool. The reason I didn't raise my hand right away is I was worried about raising the money. And then finally I had met up again with an old colleague of mine, and he's like, you haven't signed up for that yet? You need to go. And I called Luke and he's like, we have one spot left, do you want it? And I said, sure, let's do it. Why not? Was really what it came down to. It's a mountain. I've never done something like this before, so let's do it. Yeah. And as a group, we ended up raising $1.6 million for cancer research, and we were able to get some also create a fund to bring some money back into Tanzania to make sure that the local guides can continue with certifications and stuff so that they can continue to work with the groups that go up the mountain, because it's both their livelihood and they're the most incredible human beings, and brought us so much joy and singing and laughter on our way up this mountain that, it was all kind of like work-related people. So now we have this amazing kind of trust network. It was organized specifically to be half men and half women. That was done by design to really, because there's a lot of like clubby things that happen that usually just involve guys, and that was not what this was going to be about. It was going to be about really forming this equitable network. I was definitely more nervous about the fundraising part because that was terrifying. I had to raise $50,000. Which was terrifying, and I didn't have a job at the moment, so it wasn't like I could just make up the difference or anything like that. So I called myself the Bernie Sanders of Kilimanjaro because I'm with a bunch of people who have, they had maybe 10 people donate and they were able to raise $50,000. Right? I had on Facebook people I hadn't seen since high school give me $20. So I had over 200 people donate to the climb, which was really exciting for me. And it was very meaningful that all these people just wanted to give whatever they could, kind of to get me to that finish line. I did things like I rewrote a song from Hamilton and sang it on a mountaintop, and my husband videoed it and put it on Twitter and tried to get people to donate that way. I think that's what got my mother-in-law to finally donate. So, I was creative, and I'm very proud of both summiting the mountain, but also being able to figure out creative ways to fundraise and get out of my comfort zone and kind of get that piece done as well. So the training was fun. I did one trip in Boulder to test out altitude because I had never really been at altitude like that before. So I did a 14er to make sure that, to basically to collect data, because I'm a nerdy scientist, right? To see how my body reacted at 14,000 feet, know what I would have to look out for, know what it felt like. Nothing prepares you for 19,000 feet, but I feel like that helped. And then the other thing I didn't prepare for at all that I was very nervous about was I'm not a camper. I've gone camping before, for a night, but this was 6 or 7 nights. And I decided that if I hated it, I didn't want to know in advance, right? Because I was going. So it turned out to be wonderful, but it was just great. The whole experience with just this group of people that you inherently form these relationships with because you're trusting each other. And the local guides from Tanzania who really, this one guide, Zalote, kind of got me up the mountain on summit day. I was behind like the leading group and ahead of the slower group of our 27, and he didn't want me to summit by myself. So he like kind of pushed me, and we kind of did these like getting around all these people to meet up with the front group, and it was an amazing experience, and all of us got to the summit, which is kind of like the achievement isn't just that I got to the summit, it's that 27 of us got to the summit, which is pretty amazing.